am. I am.
I am that I am that I am that I know that I am.
I am that I am.
Yeah.
And I know
everything
that I am.
is duality. Everything's a reflection of each other. And if we can understand the mathematics of the universe and life, it kind of gives us an understanding of just our reality.
Absolutely. I think if we all could understand duality on a level of understanding that it's a yin yang thing, that you need both. But when we reach a certain, but in addition, as we accelerate to a certain level of I am, we will realize everything is singular.
Yeah.
But you can't get to singular until you go through the duality.
Yeah.
Because everything is duality. On this plane, in this third thing about us being peers.
Yeah.
Because we have begin our acceleration to the fifth dimension, which is where all the universe, all people in this time space reality need to be, so that the earth can heal itself.
But we're Mother still, Earth. Everything is alive, and I try to look at everything as it's a growing thing, and everything needs to be fed. Everything needs soil. Everything needs to grow. Everything. And that's how I look at things, and that's why I love nature. That's why I love trees and flowers and plants. I just love it because it's a part.
Grounding.
It's like it's me. It's a reflection of me. It grows. You know?
And it's grounding.
It has seasons. Yeah.
It is grounding.
And it's grounding.
Yeah,
yes,
grounding puts you centers yourself. Just like meditation, and we all think about prayer, especially those who grew up in religious environments. Everything is about prayer, prayer, prayer. Oh, for sure.
Can we elaborate on that a little bit?
Come on.
Let's elaborate. And when we go with prayer, you have to be very conscious and aware of who you allow pray for you. It's a difference between, because we can go so deep, but people can either pray for you or pray on you. And so you might, if you don't know the people's
truth. Can you repeat that?
Pray. People can either pray for you,
P-R-A-Y,
or pray on you,
P-R-E-Y.
And so you have to be
know your vows,
and you have to be very, very, very good with discernment to know who you're inviting in your space in your life.
Have enough discernment to know what vow a person is. Are they the A or are they the E? Because it's going to be a pray.
It's going to be a pray regardless. And so when I see them on the internet and they be like, oh, pray for me and pray for my family. I used to be one of those people too, but I have to stop because I'm like, wait, sometimes I'm inviting you, when you inviting so many people in your life and you ask these people to pray for you, you don't know the intention.
My biggest downfall in life.
Your biggest downfall is to allow anybody to pray for you.
Yeah. So I received a word yesterday, and it was I received it in my spirit, and the word was, when you allow people to pray for you, or when you allow people into your business, when you share with people, what's going on in your life, good, bad, ugly, or indifferent, you invite them to judge you.
Yeah.
And when you invite them to judge you, that's the energy they're exchanging with you.
Yeah.
You ought to do this. You shouldn't do that. Blah, blah, blah. Then that gives them authority, because the only person they can judge is God.
Yeah.
But they'll take that authority. They'll take that God position in your life, because once they judge you, they are placing themselves above you and judging you.
And if you fall into their judgment, therefore they have control over you. And
absolutely.
Who have control over you is your master.
And that's the bottom line.
Remember that. He who controls you is your master. So if someone control your emotions, if I can just say something to you and alter your emotion and your energy, I there right now became your master.
And the sad part about all that is, once the person judge you, and this is what I'm guilty of, before you know it, you judging yourself.
You becoming a critic of who you are. And that's where the point
which then make you have low self-esteem.
Who you are. You got
which take your confidence away.
Yeah.
Because you're allowing other people's thoughts of you to dictate you, and you did it. You brought it on yourself because you told them your business.
You told them. And I have made that mistake a lot of times.
Oh,
because
life.
I wear my heart on my shoulder. I'm an open book.
Yeah.
I really don't, I'm transparent. I really don't feel bad about what I go through or been through. Like, it's life. And if someone try to make me feel bad, all I could think of is how much they got hidden in their closet.
Yeah.
So you have to have a great understanding of that. Don't fall victim into other people's judgment. Don't fall victim into other people's words. You rebuke people. I'm so good at saying I rebuke you in the name of everything that above me that's greater than my understanding.
That's right.
I rebuke that. You got to learn how to pray the correct way. And
so this is what I say, not to cut you off, but when you say rebuke it, and I
decree.
There it is.
Okay.
There it is. There, you knew exactly where I was going. I love you, girl. Exactly. You have to decree your own destiny. Yes, you we all know there's a higher intelligence. There's an infinite divine intelligence.
Yeah, you probably got the
we already know that.
All this
stuff. We already know that. But you also got to know the I am in you. So I told a friend of mine whom I'm in this trauma bonded relationship with, just keep it real. Boom. But because I'm self-aware and I'm fully aware, then the manipulation is not there.
Yep.
See, you have to take your power back, even if you're still in it. And the only way to take your power from whatever relationship you're in is to first become self-aware. Don't fool yourself. Don't trick yourself. Don't cover the truth. And don't tell people your business.
Don't tell your business.
You get to tell the I am within you. So what I did was I told my trauma bonded relationship, the I am in me will not allow you to destroy me.
Because I am vital, I am alive.
I am worthy. I
am worthy. Yeah. That's so great. I just wrote down some I ams. I think I would just literally start talking out loud.
Yeah.
I just have to, especially when I feel like my spirit is off. I get to speak.
Absolutely.
Because I am in control of everything. I am in control of my paradigm.
Absolutely.
I am in control of this.
Absolutely.
So the moment that I start to become a victim of other people's expectations of me, their judgment of me, anything that they try to put upon me, it's like, okay, who am I? I'm losing sense of who I am.
That's right.
So we have to stay in tune with who we are. I think that is so important, but it is not that easy in addition, because if you go through a lot in life, sometimes subconsciously, unconsciously you fall victim to your environment or your circumstances.
Yeah, that's true.
So you have to learn how to have full control over your environment and your circumstances.
Yeah, we've gone through a lot. It's easy to fall victim to our environment because we didn't get the lesson.
We didn't get the lesson.
And our perception of what we've been through is not a lesson. It's not. So
it just became our reality.
It became our reality. So until you can get that lesson, you won't get the blessing. Yeah. And when you get the lesson, then it'll shift your perception of what you've gone through. And then like, oh, I needed to go through this.
Yeah. Reality. Sometimes our perception keeps us in a victim mentality. It keeps us stuck.
And I am, because we can be victim of our own mental state.
That voice in our head.
That voice that want to say, So I started controlling my voice. Because I remember when I was a kid, my great grandmother, she was like, Angela, who are you talking to? Oh, I'm talking to myself. There's no such thing. She said, you either talking to God or you talking to the devil. So you got to determine who you talking to. So I'm like, I started thinking about that thing. I'm like, I'm going to start, if it's to shed the ego. And the only way to shed the ego is to do the shadow work.
Yeah.
And in order to do the shadow work, you got to be true to thyself. See how that just full circle right back to the same thing?
To me, I am.
To the I am. And the I am is what in you? Your higher self.
Can you, like the paradigm, can you explain the paradigm?
If we get into science and if you really begin to open and expand your understanding and expand your spirit and your brain, you'll understand, and they still discovering universes.
It's wild. It's never ending.
It's never ending. It's multiple.
That's the ego of the man. Because what makes you think that you can reach the root of the creation of who God is?
And God is so incredible that God creates many versions of you. There are so many different versions of Angelique, angel. Even each one of my names is a whole different version of myself. My name is Angelique. Angelique means angel. There's two different types of angels, so I have to choose which angel that's going to be.
Exactly.
And then Renee. Renee, of course, is French, and it means renew life. What life am I renewing? What type of life am I living? Josette, which was a root word, is Joseph. We all know that Joseph, of course, is related to God, right? Joseph. Josette, that name also was taken from a show called Dark Shadows, where she was a dark witch. Angelique's a witch. Josette's a witch. So I have a dual reality playing just within me. The name Angel is dual reality. Just with the name and the energy attached to me from birth. Just that my paradigm. When we talk about changing my paradigm, I had to decide what version of myself do I want to be. How do I see me?
Yeah.
Not how you see me, because the universe.
How do I see myself?
How do I see me? Because I know during my birth chart, we get into the cosmos, there is, a lot of people call it the horoscope. I'm not going to go into the horoscope as much because the horoscope is generally taken from the astronomy. Astronomy is the astral plane. It's where the heavens are, how the planets are aligned. It's the sun that gives the earth energy. It's the moon that rises the tides. All our whole planet, our whole universe gives earth energy. So however the planets are aligned at the time of your birth is going to affect the energy that you bring into this creation, into this how you created on this earth. So with that being said, the way the planets were aligned when I was born is this thing called the sun sign, which I'm a Sagittarius, but then there's the ascending.
Which is Aquarius for me.
Okay, which is a Scorpio for me.
And then my moon is Leo.
Okay, because usually the moon is generally like the opposite from the month.
Yeah.
Because my moon is Gemini. Woo, girl, and it's my polar.
So is Gemini your moon? So what do the moon represent in the astral planes?
The moon? Okay, so let's be very clear. Because the moon, all women should know what the moon represents. Our cycle is our what? Where's the cycle coming from?
Our womb.
Our womb. The moon is the womb. Period.
Yes, and that's crazy. The moon is the womb and the womb is the portal.
So when a woman...
And you know that people, it's different portals and the moon is one of the portals. Just like people look so far in the astros, but then our real space is really beneath us. It's the water.
Well, as above, so below.
So below. Mm-hmm.
And so as it is in heaven, as it is on earth. Mm-hmm. So, we thinking there's some man in the sky.
And I'm looking for a man in the sky to save me. You're going to be looking for forever.
Gosh, you are.
To kill that, it's no man in the sky. It's all within self.
It's all within self. It is the I am.
It is the I am.
Yeah, so your womb, the moon, the water. When we give birth, we have to break the water. Water breaks. Our moon is definitely our womb, and we are wombed women. As a matter of fact, I wrote a piece, and maybe one day we can discuss it. I have it written down, but it's healing the wounded womb.
Healing the wounded womb.
But it's everything that we're talking about, almost to the exact T. But I talk about how I had to go back 4 generations. I had to go what I call 4 score. I had to go 4 scores in order to get to the core of the beginning of the core, the shaping of who I am in this time.
So the paradigm is the beginning, the core of shape of who I am. It's the aura.
Absolutely.
It's
absolutely. Your paradigm is the way you perceive life.
Yes.
Your paradigm is your perception.
It goes way behind your perception, but it's a part of your perception.
Absolutely. Well, your perception is dictated upon who you are.
Yeah. And
your experiences.
Your core, your paradigm.
But if you don't go back to your experiences, let's say 200 years ago, we're only recycled. We're not nothing new under the sun. So
I tell people all the time.
Who was I 200 years ago?
You know?
I was here.
I was here, but who was I?
And more than likely, you and I were together somewhere.
We were.
We were sisters.
We were either sisters, or I was the mom, she was the daughter, or I was the husband, she was the wife.
At some point, we were together.
And you know what? And you can tell by the energy.
Yeah.
Kindred spirits of what you're talking about. And also your soul tribe of people. We were talking about this on our last podcast of how nobody comes across your path for no reason.
No reason.
And you can feel the energy because sometimes I'll be like, why do I have a great liking or love for this person? I don't even know this person.
You don't know. But in our names.
But it's our names. And it's just the way it's chemistry.
Yeah, it's chemistry.
You ever seen you've been around somebody, you're like, we never probably crossed paths.
She would have been my wife in my past life. No, I'm just kidding. Her name being Star and my name being Angel. Our parents knew to name us the heavens. Mm-hmm. So Star and Angel go together.
My mom is like a good witch. Like I always, people don't even know. And when I say,
definitely a witch. She was good and bad.
Yeah, let me break some stuff. Let's break some things down, right? And this is why I say some people are witches in the world like unconsciously, because it's the word and the things that they speak and the power that they have behind what they speak. And some people have very strong willpower, and sometimes it don't be the good people.
Right.
It be people who want to prey on you or put you down.
There you go. That
you have to be careful
PRA.
Of who you have to listen to people speak, and also listen to how people speak about you and towards you. And that's how people put out curses towards you. That's why you don't let your kids be around people that you barely know. They'll curse your kid, you don't even know it. You keep running in that street, you're going to get hit by a car. And the kid is not, they don't have that willpower to fight against what you said. So if they're going in the street, your willpower have just won. You have just cursed this kid. And I have did that. My mom told me, I was like 8 years old. She said, you keep riding that bike in that street, you're going to mess yourself up. You're going to bust your mouth. I kept riding that street. That day, I bust my mouth. And can't tell.
You can't tell.
But I always knew the power of the tongue. But growing up, as a young girl, I started to watch how what people say would manifest right in front of my eyes.
Yeah. And now it don't take any time. Now it happens so quickly.
It happened quick. So when people say certain stuff about me and it doesn't feel easy in my spirit, I know it's going against who I am. I stop them and say, watch your words. Watch your mouth. I rebuke it.
It's not for me.
It's not for me, and it's not of me, and it would not be attached to me. You have to have that strong discernment within yourself. You cannot let people speak words and curse you. That's why I say certain people are unknowingly witches and warlocks, because they don't even know the power of the tongue that they have, or the power within their will to sit up here and spew out things towards people. That's why you have to be cautious of who you're around, who you engage in conversation with.
That's right.
Because even being around the wrong spirits will hinder you in life.
Ooh, say that.
Even engaging in the wrong conversation can hinder you or create chaos in your life.
That's right.
You won't even know engaging in a harmless conversation with a coworker can end up in a chaos and a big mess. It don't have to be your intent. It can just be a conversation that this person perspective and they ran with it. They did what they want to do with certain information. So you have to.
It turns into a prey.
It turns into a prey.
And
so you have to be cautious of who you're communicating with, who are you engaging with, who you invite in your space, in your life at the certain time that you're inviting these people. You have to understand what are their intentions. Even when people do stuff for me, I want to know why.
Do you know that word right there is monumental? Excuse me. So, the word intent carries the most powerful energy behind it. Not necessarily the word, but a person's intention.
If you take people just from face value, you don't even know. You're setting yourself up because they're nice to you. And that's what we're talking about, molesting the mind and how people are finessing you and they're manipulating you. And that's why you have to be cautious. Like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
And when people, like, if you it's control. It's, they might want something you have, or they might want to just take away something from you. You ever heard of an energy vampire?
Ooh.
People come around just to steal your energy. If you ever be around somebody and you walk away tired and drained, they have just stolen your energy. If you have been around somebody and then you walk away more light and more of a goddess or more empowered, that's your people. That's your people. I mean, that's when I say I need a dose of pepper. That's when I say that, I mean I need some of your energy. I need to give all you want to a person. Yeah. You can talk to them, make them try to understand you, but if they don't perceive you in that way, then you're wasting your time. And if they don't have that loving for you, that like for you, and they already stick to their agenda while they even in your life, you just might as well say, so be it.
You know what I've learned in war? This is one thing that I have to say. I notice, like, when I'm going through something, like really my spirit is going through some type of change, and depending on my environment, who's in my life at that time, kind of dictates if there's a lot of negativity or positivity going on around me. And I can always tell when there's something negative or someone is negative in my sphere or in my energy. Not only can I feel it, but when I go around somebody who might really get it going on, who really got something going on for themselves, and depending on how I feel about them, lets me know. That's my radar.
You have to learn how to use your emotions as your power.
Use your emotions as your radar. But now, because of self-aware, remember you got to be self-aware. Because I am aware of self, and I know any negative thought does not belong to me. It's something that's imported into me. Or is there for me to become more self-aware. I'm not going to carry on with that thought. Once I realized I had that thought, I plucked it up. That's right. I plucked that sucker out. Me and them sisters became so close, and I constantly just said to myself, "You are beautiful. I am beautiful."
And I always say, like, when you look in the mirror every day, you get used to how you look.
Right.
But when you're around people who's not familiar with your face, you are a beauty to them.
Yeah.
So you get used to how you look, but other people not. So they see the beauty that you're used to seeing. That you see the flaw in that they don't.
See,
you know, some they're not in your face, so they don't see the little crevices in the. They don't see that.
Don't look too hard.
They see you in whole. Just to how you see someone in whole is how you're being seen in whole. But we're so critical within ourselves, because I am.
Yeah, we are.
That we kind of notice things about ourselves that somebody else won't even notice, or they probably look at it as a beauty mark. Y'all let us know what y'all want us to continue to talk about and elaborate on. I want to say this before we wrap it up. What stops us from being successful in certain things that we want to accomplish is just the will to do it. The willpower to do it and get it done. Just do it.
Nike.
Like Nike. Just do it.
So, I am Angel.
And I am Star. I am at the highest angle of a light.
And the angle is the angel.
And the angle is the angel.
And the angel is the angle. And we are
angles.